is SMNI News Channel. Truth that matters.
In the headlines, first, a powerful winter storm hit Southern California. Officials declare a state of emergency. Flash flooding and mudslides are expected during the Christmas period. In Russia, President Vladimir Putin warns of an unprecedented technological shift. He says artificial intelligence could reshape society in the next 10 to 15 years. Meanwhile, in Southeast Asia, Thailand and Cambodia continue peace talks in Chanthaburi province. Cross-border hostilities persist and civilian casualties are rising. Turning to energy, China criticizes the U.S. over its oil blockade on Venezuela. Beijing warns that tanker interceptions could disrupt the global energy market. On North Korea, Kim Jong-un inspects the country's first nuclear-powered submarine, joined by his daughter during the high-level military visit. In Bangladesh, Tarique Rahman returns home after nearly 20 years abroad. Massive crowds gather in Dhaka to welcome the opposition leader. And in sports, San Antonio's Timees NBA leading Oklahoma City again. It's their third victory over the Thunder this season. I'm Franco Baranda. Newsline World starts now. A powerful winter storm has prompted a state of emergency in parts of Southern California, with officials warning of flash flooding and mudslides during the Christmas period. Almar Forzuelo for the details.
California declared a state of emergency in Los Angeles and several surrounding counties as heavy rain battered the region, raising fears of flash floods, debris flows, and evacuations. The emergency declaration covers Los Angeles, Orange, Riverside, San Bernardino, San Diego, and Shasta counties, allowing additional state resources to support local response efforts. Governor Gavin Newsom warned that multiple atmospheric rivers have heat soil already saturated from earlier rainfall, increasing the threat of flooding, mudslides, debris flows, and rapidly rising waterways. Emergency crews and state resources have been deployed while the National Guard remains on standby. Local officials confirmed at least 3 deaths as of Christmas night as heavy rain overwhelmed roads, creeks, and hillside communities. Although the strongest rainfall has begun to taper, forecasters warn another storm is approaching on Christmas Day, potentially bringing additional rain and thunderstorms. Authorities say flood risks are highest in wildfire burn-scarred zones where recent fires stripped vegetation and left hillsides vulnerable to rapid runoff and mudslides. Reporting for Newsline World, Almar Forzuelo, SMNI News.
In western Venezuela's Zulia region, crude oil continues to surface naturally from the ground, a phenomenon locals call menes, offering a living reminder of the country's long-standing relationship with petroleum. Let's find out more from Jane Cognita.
Menace, a term used to describe the phenomenon of unrefined crude oil naturally seeping from subterranean reservoirs up to the Earth's surface. In Venezuela's Zulia region, the natural oil seeps rise to the surface without human intervention. They predate industrial drilling and remain visible today, particularly around the town of Mene Grande. Locals say oil sinkholes can appear unexpectedly in areas such as La Estrella and Cerro de la Estrella, making the presence of crude a routine part of daily life.
Donde quiera que pisamos, por lo menos en los alrededores de la Estrella o el Cerro de la Estrella, siempre conseguimos sumideros del petróleo y nunca falta que a veces aparezca uno nuevo.
Residents have long used the naturally bubbling crude for practical purposes. It is collected to waterproof roofs and reinforce the entrances of homes, practices passed down through generations. Oil also carries cultural and historical significance in the region. Indigenous communities once used it for medicinal treatments and to seal canoes, embedding petroleum into local traditions long before commercial exploitation began. Mene Grande is also home to Zumaki 1, the well that launched Venezuela's commercial oil industry and attracted foreign investment in the early 20th century. The well remains symbolically active today, producing just over a dozen barrels of oil per day. From ancient indigenous practices to the birth of a global oil industry, the menace of Zulia continues to serve as a visible link between Venezuela's past and its vast underground resources. This has been Jane Cunita, our Global Citizen Correspondent, reporting for Newsline World.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says some peace plan documents are nearly ready following hour-long talks with U.S. representatives. Paul Montibon has the news.
Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky said he held an hour-long phone talks with U.S. Representatives Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner on Thursday to discuss the end of the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. The Ukraine president described the discussion as good and detailed.
Кушнером, і це була справді хороша розмова, багато деталей, є хороші ідеї, ми їх обговорили, є деякі наші нові ідеї, як наблизити реальний мир, і це стосується форматів, це стосується зустрічей, безумовно, таймінгу.
He said some proposed peace plan documents are fully prepared, while others are nearly ready, though sensitive issues still require further work. Zelensky added that Secretary of the National Security and Defense Council, Rustem Umerov, will continue discussions with the U.S. team later the same day. He also said he spoke with Norway's Prime Minister and plans further consultations with European leaders to align on security guarantees, recovery plans, and steps toward what he described as a dignified peace. Separately, Russian presidential aide Kirill Dmitriev recently held talks in Miami with U.S. representatives including Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner. A Ukrainian delegation led by Rustem Umerov also held talks with U.S. officials, which Umerov described as productive and constructive. Separate discussions involving Ukrainian and European representatives took place in Berlin earlier this month. U.S. President Donald Trump has previously said negotiations were getting close to something. Reporting for Newsline World, this has been Paul Montibon, SMNA News.
Up next, on border tensions, Thailand and Cambodia continue peace talks in Chanthaburi province. Cross-border hostilities persist and civilian casualties are rising. And turning to energy, China criticizes the U.S. over its oil blockade on Venezuela. Beijing warns that tanker interceptions could disrupt the global energy market. More news when Newsline World returns.
Pasasaan pa ang kalayaan kung ang mga alipin ngayon ay sila din naman mang-aalipin bukas.
Ibigin mo ang iyong bayan ng sunod kay Bathala, sa iyong kapurihan at higit sa lahat sa iyong sarili.
Hindi natin mapapalaya ang ating mga sarili maliban kung sumunong tayo na nagkakaisa sa iisang hangarin.
Ang tunay na makabayan ay ang tumutupad ng pagpapabuti ng kanyang mga kapwa, gaano man kaaba ang kanyang katungkulan. Naway magsilbing paalala ang kanilang mga salita upang lalo nating mahalin at tapat na paglingkuran ang minamahal nating inang bayan.
Back in the news, Thailand and Cambodia held a second day of peace talks in Thailand's Chanthaburi province on Thursday, even as cross-border hostilities continued and civilian casualties rose. Let's hear the updates from Carlo de la Peña.
Thai negotiators arrived at the venue and are welcomed by Cambodian counterparts under tight security. According to Cambodia's Ministry of National Defense, the talks focused on preparations for the third Special General Border Committee meeting scheduled for Saturday, December 27. Military delegations from both sides held a preliminary meeting at the border on Wednesday, aiming at paving the way for formal ceasefire negotiations. Despite these efforts, clashes have continued along the border, with both countries reporting increased civilian casualties. In Thailand's Ubon Ratchathani province, armed personnel inspect vehicles at checkpoints and military trucks moving through controlled crossings. Temporary shelters and displaced civilians also highlight the humanitarian impact of the fighting in Cambodia's Banteay Manche province in the country's northwest. Tensions flared earlier this month along the Thai-Cambodian border. Thailand reported several soldiers and civilians killed during evacuations. Cambodia said 15 civilians were killed and 76 injured, with up to 422,698 people displaced. A ceasefire brokered by U.S. President Donald Trump was signed on October 26 after a previous border crisis, but both governments have accused each other of violating the agreement. Reporting for Newsline World, this has been Carlo de la Peña, SMNI News.
Tarique Rahman, a key opposition figure and prime ministerial frontrunner, has returned to Bangladesh after nearly 2 decades abroad, drawing massive crowds of supporters in Dhaka. Rahman arrived in the country on Thursday after 17 years of self-imposed exile in the United Kingdom. Thousands of supporters greeted him along the route from Dhaka's main international airport, waving flags and banners as his convoy passed. In his first public remarks since returning, Rahman urged for unity, calling on citizens to work together to bring peace and stability to Bangladesh. Rahman is the acting chairman of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, and his group is eyeing to return to power as the country holds its election next year. The son of former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia, Rahman is widely seen as a leading contender in the next national election. The 60-year-old left Bangladesh 2008 following his release from prison and traveled to London for medical treatment, remaining abroad until his
additional security risks. Spokeswoman He Yong-shan made the remarks at a press briefing in Beijing, responding to a media inquiry on stepped-up interceptions of Venezuelan oil tankers by the United States.
中方一贯坚决反对有关国家滥施单边制裁和所谓的长臂管辖。随意拦截他国油轮，不仅可能扰动国际能源市场的正常运行，还有可能引发其他安全风险。委内瑞拉同其他国家在国际法框架内开展经贸合作是正常的，也是合理合法的，这一权利应当得到尊重和支持。
She said Venezuela's economic and trade cooperation with other countries within the framework of international law is normal, reasonable, and lawful, and should be respected. The United States has reportedly stepped up its oil blockade by intercepting a third tanker in international waters near Venezuela in less than 2 weeks, according to a Bloomberg article. The tanker Bella 1, flying the Panamanian flag and under U.S. sanctions, was boarded by U.S. personnel while en route to Venezuela to load cargo. Joy Banao, your citizen correspondent reporting for Newsline World.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has been shown inspecting what state media calls the country's first nuclear-powered submarine, accompanied by his daughter during a high-level military visit. North Korean state media released images of Kim Jong-un, accompanied by his daughter, observing a newly unveiled submarine said to be powered by nuclear energy, a first for the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Kim reportedly praised the project as a major step forward in strengthening the country's naval capabilities and strategic deterrence. Analysts say the development, if confirmed, could significantly enhance North Korea's ability to deploy nuclear weapons at sea, although details about the submarine's capabilities remain limited. The inspection comes amid heightened tensions on the Korean peninsula as Pyongyang continues to advance its military programs despite international sanctions. The PLA Navy has revealed its most advanced aircraft launch system to date, showcasing an electromagnetic catapult developed over decades and now deployed aboard China's newest aircraft carrier, the Fujian, a major milestone in the country's naval modernization. Joy Tabanao reports.
A powerful magnetic force, the People's Liberation Army Navy is revealing its most advanced aircraft launch system yet, an electromagnetic catapult developed over decades and now developed on China's newest aircraft carrier. After years of research and testing, the PLA Navy is offering a rare look at the electromagnetic aircraft catapult system installed aboard the Fujian, China's first aircraft carrier equipped with this technology. Unlike traditional steam-powered systems, the electromagnetic catapult uses magnetic force to launch aircraft, allowing for smoother acceleration and greater control.
对，小很多，因为毕竟这是电四台，在较短距离内满足我们进载机的加速需求，然后又能在极短的距离内将我们的动子制动停。
The PLA Navy says the system improves launch efficiency while reducing stress on aircraft and pilots, marking a major technological leap in naval aviation. Officials say the system's precision allows aircraft to stop exactly where intended, demonstrating the reliability of the electromagnetic technology. Joy Tabanao, your citizen correspondent reporting for Newsline World.
When we return, President Vladimir Putin warns of an unprecedented technological shift. He says artificial intelligence could reshape society in the next 10 to 15 years. And in sports, San Antonio stymies NBA leading Oklahoma City again. It's their third victory over the Thunder this season. More news after the break.
Isang pindot lang, pwede kang maka-jackpot. Mukhang masaya at easy money lang. Sa murang halaga, pwede ka na tumaya sa online gambling at e-casino apps. Mayroong sabong, slot machines, mahjong, poker at iba pa. Kailangan mo lang ng smartphone, e-wallet at internet. Pero ang aliw na ito, unti-unting nagiging bitag para sa mga Pilipino. Lalo na kung ang paborito mong artista o influencer ang mukha ng app. Mas madaling makaengganyo, diba? Parang safe naman kasi may kilalang mukha. Pero sa likod ng ngiti, sugal pa rin ang itinutulak. At syempre, mas madali ring itago ang pagkalulong sa bisyong ito. Walang pisikal na kasino o pasugalan, walang kaharap, walang accountability, kaya't mas lumalala ang adiksyon. Dagdag pa rito, maraming online gambling apps at walang regulasyon. Sa likod ng mga makukulay na interface at papremyo, nakatago ang problemang bumabalot ngayon sa bansa. Ang pagkalulong ng maraming Pilipino sa online gambling. Pwede maglaro kahit saan, kahit kailan, kahit sino, bata man o matanda, pwedeng malulong. Ayon sa mga eksperto, ang pagkakalulong sa online gambling ay nagdudulot ng matinding stress at anxiety, pagkakabaon sa utang, pagkawasak ng pamilya, pagkawala ng tiwala sa sarili. At tulad ng ibang bisyo, may mga senyales ito tulad ng hindi makapagpigil kahit walang pera, palihim na tumataya, pagpapabaya sa trabaho, pamilya o sarili. Sa bawat taya, may mga taong tunay na kumikita, mga malalaking negosyante at investors na negosyo ang bisyo ng masa. nila. Para sa kanila, perang pumapasok lang ito. Pero para sa ordinaryong Pilipino, kabuhayan at relasyon ang nauubos. At ang masakit, tila matagal itong nahayaan. Hindi ito naging prioridad ng mga nakaupo sa taas hanggang sa sobrang lumala at halos naapektuhan na ang buong komunidad. Ngayon, sa dami ng nalulung at sa laki ng pinsalang naidulot, saka palalong umugong ang mga panukalang batas para higpitan ng online gambling, gaya ng pagbabawal sa paggamit ng e-wallets para tumaya, pagtaas ng minimum bet, mas mahigpit na identity verification, pag-block ng mga illegal na gambling sites, at bawasan o ipagbawal ang mga ads na target ang kabataan. Maaari itong magmukhang laro lang, pero sa katotohanan, isa itong sugal sa kinabukasan. Ang kita na dapat sa mga pangunahing pangangailangan o ipon na uubos sa sugal. At sa mundo ng online gambling, mas madali kang matalo kaysa manalo. Huwag hayaang sugal ang magdikta sa iyong buhay. Isang paalala mula sa SMNI.
Madalas ka bang napapasobra sa pag-scroll sa phone mo kahit puro masasamang balita ang nakikita mo? Isipin mo ito. Nakahiga ka na sa kama, nagche-check lang ng phone bago matulog. Tapos, hindi mo na malayan, ilang oras ka na palang nagbabasa at nanonood ng mga balita tungkol sa digmaan, sakuna, politika, at lahat ng masasamang nangyayari sa mundo. Nakakaramdam ka na ng kaba at pagod, pero tuloy mo pa rin ang scroll mo. Ang tawag dyan ay doom scrolling. Ito ang habit ng paulit-ulit na pagtingin sa mga negatibo o nakaka-depress na content tulad ng digmaan, krimen o problema sa mundo. Nakaka-stress pero hindi mo pa rin mapigilan. Ayon sa isang pag-aaral ng Texas Tech University, ang sobrang konsumo ng masasamang balita ay nauugnay sa pagtaas ng stress, anxiety at pisikal na sintomas gaya ng pagkapagod at sakit ng ulo. Ayon naman sa Harvard Health, ang doom scrolling ay nagpapataas ng fight or flight hormones tulad ng cortisol at adrenaline na nakakapagpabigat ng isip at katawan. Nakakaapekto ito sa iyong mood, tulog at maging sa mental at physical health mo. At kapag naman puro memes at random na content ang pinapanood mo ng sunod-sunod hanggang sa mawalan ka na ng gana na mag-isip at gumawa ng iba pang gawain, ang tawag naman dyan ay brain rot. Sa Gen Z at tinatawag na internet culture, ang brain rot ay overconsumption o sobrang tagal na panonood ng paulit-ulit, mababaw, magulo o walang saysay na content online hanggang sa parang manhid na ang utak mo. Kapag nasobrahan, syempre, nakakasama. Nawawalan ka na ng focus, nawawala ang motivation, hirap mag-isip ng malalim, parang lutang o foggy ang utak. Masaya sa simula, pero kapag sobra, napapagod ang isip mo. Nahihirapang mag-concentrate at parang lutang. Mas delikado pa ito sa mga bata dahil ang utak nila ay nasa proseso pa ng pag-develop. Kaya mas malakas ang epekto ng doom scrolling at brain rot sa kanila. Maaaring makaapekto sa pag-aaral, pag-iisip at pakikitungo sa iba. Ang higit sa 4 na oras ng screen time araw-araw sa mga kabataan ay konektado sa 35 to 88% na mas mataas na posibilidad ng depresyon, anxiety at stress. Base ito sa isang malawakang pag-aaral sa Brazil. Kaya, maging balanse. Magpahinga sa screen, magbasa, makipagkwentuhan, magdasal, maging present lagi. Alagaan ang iyong isipan. Kung anong itinatanim sa isipan mo, yun ang lalago. Sa kabila ng mga mas modernong kaalaman at teknolohiya, nananatiling matindi ang banta ng HIV sa Pilipinas. Pero gaano nga ba kalala ang sitwasyon? Ang HIV o Human Immunodeficiency Virus ay isang sakit na sumisira sa immune system ng katawan. Ngunit tandaan, hindi ito nakukuha sa simpleng pakikisalamuha. Hindi mo agad mararamdaman, pero unti-unti nitong pinapahina ang katawan. At kapag hindi naagapan, humahantong ito sa AIDS, ang huling yugto na impeksyon. kung saan halos wala ng panlaban ng katawan laban sa sakit. Patuloy na dumadami ang kaso ng sakit na ito sa Pilipinas. Isang nakababahalang pagtaas. Umabot na sa 500% ang itinaas ng HIV cases sa mga kabataang edad 15 hanggang 25. Ayon mismo sa Department of Health, 56 na bagong kaso ang naitatala kada araw sa bansa mula Enero hanggang Marso 2025. At ang pinakamatinding apektado, ang kalalakihan at kabataang Pilipino. Dahil dito, ang Pilipinas na ngayon ang may pinakamataas na bilang ng bagong kaso ng HIV sa buong Western Pacific region. Isang indikasyon ng lumulubhang sitwasyon. Kaya nananawagan ng Department of Health gawing opisyal at urgent ang laban sa HIV sa pamamagitan ng isang Public Health Emergency Declaration. Kalalakihan ng pangunahing apektado. 95% ng bagong kaso ay lalaki. Mahigit 1/3 ay kabataang nasa edad 15 hanggang 24. Habang wala pang deklarasyon, patuloy ang DOH sa mga sumusunod na hakbang: HIV testing, libreng gamot, self-test kits, at pakikipagtulungan sa DepEd para sa edukasyon sa mga paaralan. Isinulong rin ng DOH ang online patient appointment system para sa HIV patients. Layunin nitong gawing mas madali at mas personal ang pag-access sa libreng gamutan at konsultasyon. Ayon sa schedule ng pasyente, ang HIV ay hindi tulad ng flu. Hindi ito basta naipapasa sa hangin. Ito ay naipapasa sa pamamagitan ng personal na desisyon. Kailangan din nating pagtuunan ng pansin ang ugali, disiplina, at personal na responsibilidad. Isang paalala mula sa SMNI.
Sa panahon ng tag-ulan, hindi lang baha at ulan ang dapat bantayan, kundi pati na rin mga sakit na pwedeng makahawa. At dahil ngayon ay rainy season, nagbabala ang Department of Health laban sa tinatawag na wild diseases. 4 na klase ng sakit na karaniwang nakukuha ng tao tuwing maulan. Ito ang W o waterborne diseases, gaya ng pagdudumi o gastroenteritis. I o influenza-like illnesses, gaya ng sipon, ubo at lagnat. L o leptospirosis, na maaaring makuha mula sa ihi ng mga daga sa baha. At D o dengue, na dala ng mga lamok. Kapag baha, mas mabilis kumalat ang mikrobyo. Kaya't ugaliin ang paghuhugas ng kamay at agad maligo matapos lumusong sa baha. Ano ang dapat gawin para maiwasan ang wild diseases? Tumutok sa weather updates. Magsuot ng kapote at bota. Siguraduhing malinis ang iniinom na tubig. Agad kumonsulta sa health center kung may nararamdamang sintomas. Mainam din gawin ang 40 o ang taob, taktak, tuyo at takip para maiwasan ang dengue sa bahay at komunidad. Maglinis, magmasid, mag-ingat. Labanan ang wild diseases ngayong tag-ulan. Ang paalalang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng SMNI.
Maging alerto at handa tuwing may bagyo. Upang manatiling ligtas, narito ang ilang mahahalagang paalala. Manatili sa loob ng bahay. Iwasan ang paglabas, lalo na kung malakas ang ulan at hangin. Mag-imbak ng pagkain at malinis na tubig. Maghanda ng emergency kit. Manatiling updated sa lagay ng panahon. Maghanda ng mga flashlight at extra baterya. Panatilihing fully charged ang iyong cellphone. I-secure ang mahahalagang dokumento sa waterproof na lalagyan. Patayin ang kuryente, gas at tubig kung may banta ng pagbaha. Alamin ang iyong local emergency hotlines. Putulin o tapyasan ang mga sanga ng puno na maaaring mabuwal sa malakas na ulan at hangin. Lumikas agad kung inabisuhan ng mga otoridad. Maging ligtas at maging handa sa panahon ng kalamidad. Ang paalalang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng SMNI.
Ikaw ba ay namomroblema sa taas ng electric bill buwan-buwan? Huwag mag-alala, narito ang ilang paraan upang makatipid sa kuryente. Patayin ang mga ilaw at appliances kapag hindi ginagamit. Sa halip ay gumamit ng natural na liwanag upang makatipid sa kuryente. Tanggalin sa saksakan ang mga appliances kung hindi ginagamit. Iwasan ang paggamit ng maraming appliances ng sabay-sabay. Gumamit ng LED bulbs. Ito ay mas tipid sa kuryente kumpara sa mga incandescent at fluorescent bulbs. Regular na linisin ang mga appliances tulad ng electric fan, aircon vents at refrigerator. Magkaroon ng takdang araw sa isang linggo sa pamamalansya at paglalaba. Gumamit ng energy-efficient appliances. Tandaan, maging wais sa paggamit ng kuryente upang makatipid para mas gumaan ang buhay. Ang paalalang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng SMNI.
Maging ligtas, maging handa. Narito ang ilang paalala kung sakaling tumama ang lindol. Maghanda ng emergency kits na may lamang flashlight, pito, first aid kit, tubig at pagkain. Alamin ang emergency exits sa inyong bahay, paaralan o opisina. Habang lumilindol, magtago sa ilalim ng matibay na lamesa upang maprotektahan ang sarili sa mga nahuhulog na bagay. Lumayo sa mga bintana at mabibigat na gamit na maaaring mahulog. Kung ikaw ay nasa labas, lumayo sa mga gusali, puno o poste na maaaring matumba. Kung ikaw ay nagmamaneho, itabi at ihinto ang sasakyan at lumabas. Pagkatapos ng lindol, gamitin ang hagdan sa paglabas ng gusali at huwag gumamit ng elevator. Maging alerto sa aftershocks at manatili sa open space kung kinakailangan. Maging ligtas at maging handa sa anumang sakuna. Ang paalalang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng SMNI.
Even as Filipino mark the holiday season, the Philippine military says its operations against communist insurgents will continue alongside renewed calls for fighters to surrender and start new lives. Paul Montibon reports.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines says there will be no pause in monitoring and security operations against CPP, NPA, NDF during Christmas and New Year celebrations. Army spokesperson Colonel Louis Di Maala said troops nationwide remain on alert despite the absence of special holiday security measures. At the same time, the government continues to appeal the remaining NPA members to lay down their arms and take advantage of reintegration programs. The Philippine Army also reminded civilians to stay alert during the holidays and coordinate with authorities if they observed suspicious activity. For God and my beloved country, the Philippines, reporting for Newsline World, this has been Paul Montibon, SMNI News.
To mark local anniversaries and celebrations in the Philippines, special non-working days has been declared in 5 municipalities and 3 cities. President Catarong will give us the details.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has issued 8 proclamations declaring special non-working days in 5 municipalities and 3 cities across the country, in line with local anniversaries, fiestas, and celebrations. Under Proclamation number 1109, January 5, 2026 was declared a special non-working day in Tagudin, Ilocos Sur in celebration of its 440th founding anniversary. Meanwhile, Proclamation number 1110 set January 6, 2026 as a special non-working day in Oroqueta City, Misamis Occidental, marking its 56th charter anniversary and 96th year as a provincial capital. Both proclamations were signed on December 15. Additional proclamations were signed on December 16. Proclamation number 1114 declared January 5 a special non-working day in Bawang La Union, also for its 440th founding anniversary. Proclamation number 1115 designated January 31 as a special non-working day in Lian, Batangas in observance of its Liberation Day. Through Proclamation number 1116, January 27 was declared a special non-working day in Tantangan, South Cotabato to commemorate its 65th founding anniversary and the 16th Kulitangtang Festival. Proclamation number 1117 set January 16 as a special non-working day in Batangas City to allow residents to take part in the city fiesta. President Marcos also signed Proclamation number 1118 declaring January 9 a special non-working day in Coronadal City, South Cotabato in celebration of its 86th founding anniversary and the Hinugyao Festival. The proclamation noted that the local government requested a change so residents could fully participate in the festivities. Lastly, Proclamation number 1119 declared January 21 a special non-working day in Corimao, Ilocos Norte in celebration of its founding anniversary. The 6 proclamations were signed on December 16. Reporting for Newsline World, this has been Kerceline Catarong, SMNI News.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has called for urgent preparation for what he described as an unprecedented technological shift, warning that artificial intelligence could redefine society within the next 10 to 15 years. Speaking at a meeting of Russia's State Council in Moscow, Putin said artificial intelligence is already reshaping economies, labor markets, and society as a whole. He said the pace of development over the next 10 to 15 years would fundamentally change how people work, learn, and build careers.
Распространение систем искусственного интеллекта увеличивается с каждым годом, вовлекая в свою орбиту практически каждого человека, изменение его жизни, значимости профессии и изменение самого рынка труда. Послушайте, все изменится. Мы должны быть к этому обязательно готовы.
Putin stressed that Russia's education and workforce training systems would need a major overhaul to keep up with rapid technological change. He warned that traditional career paths would be disrupted.
Традиционная траектория поэтапного развития карьеры от получения образования, затем должности младшего сотрудника и далее до руководителя будет, безусловно, меняться. Значительно увеличится спрос на специальности и на отдельные специальности и специалистов высшего уровня, в то время как искусственный интеллект будет постепенно заменять работников начальных ступеней, в том числе креативного и даже интеллектуального труда.
Putin noted that nearly 98% of Russia's economically active population is currently employed. However, he said meeting the country's strategic goals over the next 7 years would require drawing more than 12 million additional people into the economy as a technological transformation accelerates. San Antonio once again stymied NBA leading Oklahoma City their 3rd triumph over the Thunder this season. Meanwhile, tennis star Alex Ayala in Macau for the holiday and will face world number 9 Mira Andreeva in the MGM Macau Tennis Masters this weekend. More on this with Carlo de la Peña.
The Thunder started strong, making the first 7 shots to grab the early edge, but the Spurs answered with an 11-0 run and never looked back. San Antonio led 69-60 at halftime and 95-79 after 3 quarters. The Aaron Fox paced the Spurs with 29 points, while Victor Wembanyama added 19 points and 11 rebounds in 26 minutes off the bench. Rookie Stephen Castle also chipped in 19 points to help seal the win. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander finished with 22 points for the Thunder, but Oklahoma City has now dropped 4 of its last 6 games, 3 of those losses coming to San Antonio. OKC remains first in the West at 26-5, with the Spurs close behind at 23-7. In other NBA action, Jalen Brunson powered the New York Knicks to a 126-124 comeback win over the Cleveland Cavaliers with 34 points, including the go-ahead 3 in the final minute. Jordan Clarkson scored 25 off the bench for the Knicks, while Donovan Mitchell matched Brunson's 34 for the Cavaliers. San Antonio's rise keeps them in the hunt for their first playoff appearance since 2019, and their continued success against Oklahoma City has tightened the Western Conference race. Meanwhile, Alex Ayala arrived in Macau to spend Christmas with her family before shifting her focus to the prestigious MGM Macau Tennis Masters, scheduled on December 27 and 28. The 20-year-old rising star shared her arrival through social media, saying she hopes to share the joy of her recent SEA Games gold with fans during the exhibition event. The tournament features a star-studded cast, including tennis legends Li Na of China and Conchita Martinez of Spain, who will serve as team captains. It marks Ayala's final tune-up before the Australian Open, the first Grand Slam of 2026. Currently ranked at number 53 in the WTA, Ayala is among the invited young standouts participating in captains' teams, men's and women's singles, and mixed doubles play. She is set to battle world number 9 Mira Andreeva in what will be their first meeting since Ayala defeated the Russian 6-4, 6-0 in the quarterfinals of the 2022 US Open, where the Filipino went on to become the first Filipino junior Grand Slam champion. Before their singles clash, Ayala will team up with ATP number 253 Jerry Shang of China in mixed doubles against Mira Andreeva and ATP number 182 Yibing Wu. Ayala enters the Macau event fresh from a strong campaign at the Southeast Asian Games in Thailand, taking home 1 gold and 2 bronze medals. She secured bronze in the women's team event and in mixed doubles with Nino Alcantara, adding to her gold medal performance in singles. Reporting for Newsline World, this has been Carlo de la Peña bringing you the latest sports news.
India's celebrated sand artist Sudarshan Patnaik has marked Christmas with a striking art installation on the eastern coast, crafting a giant Santa Claus from sand and apples to promote world peace. Patnaik unveiled the massive installation on Niladri Beach on Christmas Eve. He was assisted by nearly 30 students and used around 1.5 tons of apples to create what he describes as the world's largest apple Santa. The installation shows Santa holding a globe inscribed with the words World Peace, blending festive symbolism with a humanitarian message. Visitors gathered to watch the artwork take shape, many expressing amazement at the scale and originality of the piece. The World Records Book of India congratulated Patnaik in a social media post, calling the creation a journey from imagination to a world record. Known for socially themed art, Patnaik has previously used sand sculptures to highlight environmental issues, and last year created a Santa made from sand and chocolate bars on the same beach. Jennifer Lopez traded her signature red carpet glamour for cozy comfort this Christmas, celebrating the holiday in matching pajamas with her loved ones. Meanwhile, Mohamed Salah has sparked fresh debate online after once again sharing a photo of a Christmas tree, drawing both criticism and praise from fans around the world. Jane Cognita has the latest buzz.
Jennifer Lopez is best known for her show-stopping red carpet looks, but this holiday season, the global superstar chose comfort over couture. The 56-year-old A-lister, who recently enjoyed a surprise reunion with ex-husband Ben Affleck, spent Christmas in matching cozy pajamas alongside her loved ones. Lopez shared glimpses of the festive moment, showing a more relaxed and intimate side of the singer and actress as she celebrated the holiday surrounded by family. The holiday snapshots offered fans a warm reminder that even the biggest stars enjoy slowing down and embracing comfort during the festive season. Mohamed Salah is once again facing criticism from some of his Muslim followers after sharing a photo of a Christmas tree on social media. The Liverpool and Egypt star has made it an annual tradition to post a Christmas message alongside a decorated tree despite his Muslim faith. While the post drew backlash from critics, it also received widespread praise and support from fans who applauded Salah for promoting unity and respect across cultures and religions. Salah has previously said his holiday posts are meant to spread positivity, and this year's message has once again sparked conversation well beyond the football pitch. And that's it for today's showbiz news. This has been Jane Cognita reporting for Newsline World.
And before we end, may be inspired with the words of the sun. Don't let your mind rule you. You have to rule your mind. And that's all for this edition of Newsline World. For God and my beloved country, the Philippines, I'm Franco Baranda. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
This is SMNI News Channel. Truth that matters.